Hello brothers, sisters, and neighbors. My name is Ped Records and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to cut, obtain seed, and germinate mangoes. So let's get started. So to start off, you'll need to have everything that you need. So obviously you've got your fruit here, you've got your mangoes, and the other thing you're going to need is a knife, kind of maybe sharp like this. I don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty sharp. For these mangoes, you probably won't need too sharp of a knife. These are pretty soft. But you'll also need, if you want to germinate seeds, some plastic bags and a paper towel. And I'll explain why you need that in a minute. So this is the first step in cutting your mangoes. So before you even cut into your mangoes, if you do have your mangoes, you do want to make sure that they're soft enough. Obviously this one got a little too soft. As you can see there, it got kind of moldy. There was actually kind of a sticker on it. I pulled it off and it actually tore the skin. I put it in plastic wrap and eventually it looked like this. So even if it looks like this, you can still cut into it and salvage what you have left. I mean, even if you look at it from this angle, you can't even tell. So just go ahead and wash it off. And I'm going to cut into this one first as well. Yeah, wash them off and then cut them into thirds, kind of like this. You want to kind of guess where the seed is, but the seed kind of takes up the whole thing of the mango. So you want to be pretty delicate with it. As you can see, it's already really soft. Get right into it. Oh wow, it's really nice and moist, juicy. It's awesome. Now, mangoes are one of my favorite things, but yeah, you just kind of cut it like this. And if you kind of brush up against it, just kind of shimmy around it. You got thirds like this. And then, I don't know if you can see that little white bit right there, but that's where the husk is. So you want to cut in a circle like this. Just kind of try to judge where it is. You want to cut right into the seed though, or husk. Easy peasy. Now, where to get these mangoes? I got mine at Food for Less. They're like 50 cents each. So if you guys want to get some cheap mangoes, you can either go to Winco or Food for Less. Find some place where you can get these mangoes, because trust me, I've looked on the internet and I've tried to find mangoes and all I can see is where to get them online instead of which stores actually sell them. And the brand, the company that sells these mangoes or actually gathers them, I can't tell either what kind of mango it is specifically, or yeah, I just can't tell. They haven't told me. I think that's kind of deceptive and they need to include that in there. I think these are either Hayden or Tommy Atkins mangoes. But yeah, you just want to cut it off and keep shaving it like that. Shave off as much as you can. Because once you open this husk, it's going to be a little hard to get all this stuff off and just kind of get as much as possible. Like I said, it's easiest to cut into the mango when it's super soft like this, so it doesn't just feel like you're cutting into an apple. But yep, I'm getting there. I'm salvaging as much as I can off of this husk. It's a little difficult since it's slimy. What actually was pretty easy about the one that was as hard as an apple, it was actually very easy to get the stuff off because it was really dry. But now that it's really moist and the juice is just everywhere, my hands, just look at those hands. Anyways, you see this right there? I'm still learning about mangoes, so I'm by no means a pro at this. Go ahead and look at other videos that you feel maybe that can help you. By all means do that, because that's what I did. So once you got your mango seed out, it should look something like this. It's pretty cool, huh? To me, it just looks like a little baby waiting to be born. But in order to grow this little baby, you've got to use one of three methods, which only one of them I have been using. The other two methods, there's one where you just put it in the pot and you kind of expect it to grow, but also it's you put some plastic wrap over it and you put like a rubber band around it, and that's supposed to create a greenhouse effect. What I like to do is the plastic bag and the wet paper towel method, and that also does a greenhouse effect. The other one is just straight up put it in a bowl of water, but I've been told that never works. So now we're going to cut the other mango open, and we're probably going to use this mango for like a fruit salad or a smoothie or something like that. Like I said, I bought these mangoes on my own at Food for Less. I think they are Hayden. I don't think they're Tommy Atkins, and I've also been told that Hayden mangoes do not grow up to look like their parent. But my main goal is just to get something growing, honestly, even if it's a failure. So whether it's a success or a failure, I will record it and report on it. Gotta make sure it's still recording. Good. I did. Just cut it in thirds and then just cut a circle around the seed, and you should be able to get it nice and soft, easy to cut into. Did you hear that? Yeah, that's kind of brushing up, I think, against the seed or harder parts of the mango. Yeah, I think that was against the seed. It's very fibrous. very fibery, kind of, kind of how cloth feels, but very kind of rough. See, here it is again. Very fibery. Once the mangoes are nice and ripe and big like this, that's what I suggest. You get, and even if they're firm, just if you want to do what I'm doing, which takes a while. I haven't gotten any sproutlings yet, but like I said, we're going to be on this journey together. This experimental journey. And I live in the Central Valley of California, so I don't feel like many people have tried this. If they have, I don't know about them. I don't know about anyone who's tried this, who said they did and had success with it. But we live in a climate where we can grow a lot of things. And even if you don't live in California, even if you live in Canada, I wouldn't discourage you from trying what I'm doing. I really wouldn't, because I think you should follow your botanist dreams. And what's cool about these things is God created them, and they are just plain awesome. Now, I don't know what your religious background is, but I believe in intelligent design, and I believe that this right here, this beauty right here, could not have possibly came from anywhere else except God. So here's the other mango seed, or husk I should say. Got a lot on that one. Kind of copycatting, but everybody's got a bit of a different video and a different take on it. Everybody's got a different method. So no matter where you live, I believe you can do indoor gardening and try to regulate as much as possible the desired temperatures and conditions to where the plant can grow. So this will be an experiment. This will be a learning experience for all of us. Alright, so I'm going to check how much I have left on my camera to record. It looks like I got 14 minutes left. I'm going to make this, I'm going to expedite it, which is a fancy term for speed it up. But yeah, I mean, just how intelligent it is and how man can create videos like this and also help other people grow things. It's amazing. It truly is amazing. Okay, and starting to get slippery. That is where you might want to grab a paper towel, but I'm doing it the pro way. But I am by no means a pro. I'm an amateur trying to be a pro. But hey, everybody's got to start somewhere, huh? There we go. Got it. There we go. That is the part I wanted to get. Even if it's just a little bit. Alright, so this one might already have some growth in it. This one might actually be better. I have no idea, but it's like opening presents on Christmas. It really is. Kind of like that. So as you can see, there's like 2 openings here, and I might have almost damaged that little bit. So you do need to be careful if you are using a sharp knife. Some people recommend using a butter knife, but the last time I tried to do that, it just did not work on me. This thing came out of that, and this thing could create another tree. And by the grace of God, who knows, it could actually grow fruit. There's a chance. The reason why people say that the seed does not look like the parent is because they've been using graftings for so long, which is like cuttings from the tree and like roots and stuff. I don't really know much about that kind of stuff, but they did that instead of growing stuff by seed. They haven't done that for hundreds to thousands of years. So what I'm doing here is probably one of the most untraditional things. But other people do it, and some people can do it as well. There are other plants you can buy that are tropical that actually are easier to grow. And that will be for another video. So now we're going to move on to the germination phase. Alright guys, I'm back. Cleaned up my mess here. And just go ahead and just kind of clean it up. The next step is to help germinate these little guys. And as you can see, I've got these 2 mango seeds, and this one is so much healthier looking than this one. Do a little side by side. I don't know if you can see that or whatever. Camera's on a tripod, so that's how it's able to keep nice and steady, keep focused on this cutting board. But so what you want to do, you get your plastic bags ready and get them paper towels wet. I'm not sure if you need like 1 or 2, but I think I had a little too much for that. So I would say at least 2, depending on what kind of paper towels you have. I'm just gonna go with 2. I don't think it matters so much, and want to get it wet. Just get it all the way wet. Go ahead and lay one of your seeds in there. So we got Mr. Healthy seed right there. Came from the better looking fruit as well. Better looking fruit that got ripe quicker actually had a more healthy looking seed, and it actually had some green on it too, so that's actually a really good sign. So what you want to do is fold it over kind of like that, and there's one more fold for it. So just fold it over, just gently wrap it like that, and put it in plastic bag. I'll do the same for the other one. That would help it die. Whatever. Doesn't matter too much to me. Actually, I have an idea. Fold it first and then get it wet. Yeah, that's a better plan. Alright, so you got your little guy there. And fold him in. And get him in. Alright, so now that we got these guys all packed in and ready to go, see how you can already see that there's kind of some gas kind of coming off of it or whatever. I don't know if you can see that. I could just kind of the vapor coming up, already creating that greenhouse effect. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys where you should actually put these guys. But actually I think that, and this is just kind of what I like to do. You don't have to do it, but I like to do it to kind of keep track of progress. What I like to do is get this get this guy and write on it. And you can name it whatever you want. It's your plant, go ahead. But what I like to do is date the plant, is to figure out kind of I call it the date of conception, but you can call it whatever you want, just kind of the date where you have attempted to germinate it. So today is the 2nd of July. So I kind of like to write what breed I think it is, but since I don't know, I'm going to put a question on it. So I've been saying these are Tommy Atkins, but at the same time, I think they might be Hayden. So I put like a question mark or something like that. Label it properly, just kind of like a question mark if you don't know. So since it's the 2nd of July, it's 7/2/16. And we're going to do the same thing right here. Hayden? Tommy Atkins? Because they got so many different kinds of mangoes, it's kind of ridiculous. Some of them look exactly the same. Hayden and Tommy Atkins look very similar. If you Google image that, you will find a very similar looking fruit, and it's kind of frustrating. So I wish I knew. I wish I knew exactly what it was, but it wasn't labeled properly. So it was 7/2/16. All right. I think it's fairly good, even though it's kind of mutilated. Alright, let's take these guys to their spots. Alright, so now that we've found a spot, those are 2 other different mango seeds that I've been trying to germinate. But this windowsill right here should be a good spot for them to both get sun and heat at the same time. So what you want to do, just focus it on there, since I've already got 2 growing there, 2 trying to grow at least. And this is my room, and it's nice. I mean, the walls are nice and green, as you might be able to tell, but what I like to do is put them right here, and just go ahead and wait. There's not really much else you can do. The reason why it's good in this room is because it's fairly warm as opposed to in the kitchen. So basically this room heats for mangoes, because mangoes are more of a tropical fruit. They grow better in heat, so I would highly suggest to you that you try to germinate your mangoes in a warm place like this, and maybe shut the door. It gets pretty hot in my room, so I think that's perfect. I have one that I'm trying to grow outside, and I think that one's kind of kaput. So I'm just kind of putting it outside for experimenting. So anyways, brothers, sisters, and neighbors, if you have liked this video, be sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.